Hello! So, it's the final weekly vlog of December already. If I look the same as I did at the end of my last reading vlog, that's because I filmed that segment about a minute ago and I've just moved to a different location for the sake of variety. But it's the week of Christmas, which is very exciting, and today is the 22nd of December, so let's find out what we've got. Okay, so we have the 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, which is a whodunit murder mystery. I'm just going to take off this Costa Book Awards winner 2018 sticker from it, but I actually had the audiobook of this and I was going to read it that way because I liked the sound of the narrator, but I started reading it that way and found that I was very quickly getting confused, so I thought that it would be the kind of book that I should read and listen and follow along with, and I would get more out of it that way. So now that I have this, I can go ahead and do that whenever. It's on Audible, so it's not like I'm gonna run out of time for it anyway. So I'm not necessarily going to prioritise that for this week because I have a couple of other audiobooks that are time sensitive because they're through the library. So I'm probably going to read the rest of Remembrance by Meg Cabot. I'm on page 102 of 388, so I'm hoping I can finish this today because it's urban fantasy, it's easy to read, so, and I don't have any plans today. I was going to be going out with my friend, but she has a lot of other stuff that she needs to do before Christmas, so we're going to reschedule until after. So I'm going to finish this today. Hopefully I'll probably also finish The Mockingjay because I only have about 30 minutes of listening time left, so I will get through that. And then I have audiobooks for Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian and The Curse of Chalion by Lois McMaster Bejoled, so I would like to read those. The Curse of Chalion is quite long, so that's probably going to take me a while to get through. Let's have a look. I think it's about 18 hours, nearly 19 hours, so that will take me 9.5 hours to read. So I can probably do that in one day since I won't have anything else to do. And Ash Princess is 13 hours, so 6.5 hours of listening time. So since I've not got much on other than reading now until Christmas Day, I've got the whole of today, the whole of tomorrow, and the whole of Christmas Eve, really. So 3 days I should be able to finish those 3 books. And then later today we will find out what chapter 4 of the Winter Magical Readathon will bring. The Curse of Chalion is my book for last week's prompt, unless I can find another book. That was published in 2001. I mean, I suspect one of the Harry Potters was probably published in 2001, but I want to read The Curse of Chalion anyway. So yeah, I'm going to have some breakfast and possibly finish The Mockingjay and then crack on with Remembrance, and I'll update you once some reading progress has been made. But it's the 22nd of December, which means that Christmas is in 3 days, so I am very, very excited. I love Christmas, in case you didn't already know that. Good morning, it is Monday the 23rd of December. Last night I finished Remembrance by Meg Cabot. I really enjoyed it. It was a real trip down memory lane. It's the kind of book that if you didn't read the original Mediator series, you wouldn't enjoy this because there's so many references to the original series that you just wouldn't get if you hadn't read them. And I mean, I suppose you could read the original series and then read this, but it wouldn't then be quite as nostalgic or impactful. But I do think it was a good book, and I enjoyed seeing the continuation of the story. Can't really tell you anything about it other than what I've already said, because massive spoilers, but I really enjoyed it. And I also finished The Mockingjay yesterday morning as well. Like I said, I only had about half an hour of that left, so that was a given. Didn't enjoy it as much as the first two because I never do. Not a huge fan of the ending, and yeah, I have some issues with the story, but in general, still a good read, still 4 stars, still enjoyed it, just not my favourite of the trilogy. And in terms of audiobooks, I've now picked up Every Heart a Doorway by Shona Maguire, so I have that, and I'm going to be reading The Curse of Chalion next. But for now, let us open day 23 of the Advent calendar and see what it is. We Are Okay by Nina LaCour, which is one of those sort of hard-hitting contemporary books. So I'll read you the blurb. You go through life thinking there's so much you need, until you leave with only your phone, your wallet, and a picture of your mother. Marion hasn't spoken to anyone from her old life since the day she left everything behind. No one knows the truth about those final weeks and the tragedy Marion has tried to outrun. Not even her best friend Mabel. Now, months later, alone in an emptied dorm for winter break, Marion waits. Mabel is coming to visit, and Marion will finally be forced to face everything that's been left unsaid and confront the loneliness that has made a home in her heart. An intimate whisper that packs an indelible punch, this gorgeously crafted and achingly honest portrayal of grief will leave you urgent to reach across any distance to reconnect with the people you love. So, like I said, hard-hitting contemporary, which I tend to really enjoy. If you can say that about a book that is incredibly sad. So, it's not particularly long either. I didn't know what I was expecting in terms of length, but it's only 234 pages, so should be a very quick read, but probably quite difficult to read, if enjoyable, hopefully. And I'm gonna have some breakfast now. I have a friend coming over for a short while later on, but otherwise not much planned today other than reading, and I do need to do some filming because today is the 23rd of December, so I need to film today's video, I need to film Christmas Eve's video, Christmas Day's video I already have, I just need to edit and upload it and schedule it, and then I need to do one for Boxing Day as well because I'm not going to be at home, I'm going to be with my family. Depending on how all of that filming goes, I might also pre-film some more videos, but jury's out on that one. I'll see you later. Okay, so slight change of reading plans. As you know, I was going to read The Curse of Chalion by Lois McMaster Bujold for my magical readathon read from last weekend because it was the only book I could find that was published in 2001, but I started reading it. I'm really not in the mood for it. I'm not saying I'm not going to read it ever, but I don't want to read it now. So I went through my shelves painstakingly and I have found one more book that was published in 2001. I was unable to find one more, and it was Slaves of the Mastery by William Nicholson, which is actually book 2 in a middle grade series that I read when I was much younger and really enjoyed and have reread a couple of times. So I'm actually going to start with The Wind Singer and then I'm going to read The Slaves of the Mastery. It's a series that I've been wanting to reread for a while anyway, and I found the audiobooks on Scribd and they're 3 hours each, which means that I'll be able to read each one in an hour and a half on 2 times speed and 3 hours total to read both. So that's what I'm going to do. Call me crazy. They do also have the third book in the series, which is also 3 hours long, so it's possible that I will pick that one up as well, but I'm just going to start off with The Wind Singer and see how it goes. Okay, so another change of plan on the winter magical readathon. Turns out that those audiobooks are abridged versions, and I can't find unabridged versions on Scribd, and I don't really want to buy them on Audible because if I reread them I will just reread the physical copies, or maybe I'll buy them at some point, I don't know. Either way, I don't want to listen to an abridged version of the story. I want to reread the whole thing. So I did another look online, and it turns out that Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them was originally published in 2001. I didn't even bother to look at it when I was going through my shelves because I got this for Christmas last year. This version was published in 2017, so it didn't even cross my mind to think about picking this one up, but of course it was published a while ago, and it was actually published in 2001, and I got this for Christmas last year and haven't actually read it yet, and it is a beautiful illustrated edition. So I'm gonna read this and it's gonna be super fun. Hello and welcome to Christmas Eve. I'm so excited for Christmas. I really love Christmas, in case you didn't know. I have some amazing gifts for my family this year and I just can't wait to give them to them and see their faces, and it's so exciting. Anyway, reading update and plan for the day. So I finished Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them yesterday, and it was a really lovely read, and the illustrated edition is absolutely beautiful. I would definitely recommend reading it that way if you can. I get that they're expensive books, so it's not achievable for everybody, but I got it for Christmas last year and I didn't read it last Christmas, and I just felt like it was a perfect Christmas read. I don't know what it is about Harry Potter that feels a little bit Christmassy. I watch it any time of year and read it any time of year, but I don't know, it just feels Christmassy to me. So I was really glad to read that one yesterday, especially because it was super pretty. Today, my main plan is to watch a lot of Christmas films. So I plan to watch The Grinch, the one with Jim Carrey, which is my favourite Christmas film ever, and I know the entire script, so I'm annoying to watch it with because I just speak along with the script. Anyway, so The Grinch. I want to watch Home Alone 1 and 2. I'd like to watch Bridget Jones because, again, feels Christmassy to me. Don't know why. Bridget Jones's Diary, I mean. And Love Actually, if I have time. And then I might watch some Harry Potter too. So I don't know what I'm going to have time for. Right now it's only 11 o'clock, so I should have plenty of time to watch quite a few films, but don't know how many. And then in between watching films, I want to read 'Twas the Night Shift Before Christmas by Adam Kay, which is this very cute, tiny little book, which is only about 140 something pages, I think, 142 pages. So hopefully I should be able to read that today, because as well, it's only a little one. So hopefully I'll be able to read this in between watching Christmas films as well. For now though, let's see what day 24 has in store. So we have The Thief by Megan Wallen Turner, which is a fantasy story, young adult fantasy, I believe, which has been around for a little bit. It doesn't actually say when it was first published, but it's copyright 1996, so it is a bit of an older fantasy, still, you know, modern fantasy, not classic fantasy, but a little bit on the older side. And actually it's a lot shorter than I thought. This is a series that I heard about through Reagan from the Channel Peruse project, and it just sounded like something I'd be really interested in reading, and I don't know why I expected it to be a bit longer. It isn't. It's quite short. It's 280 pages, which for a fantasy is quite short, but it is part of a series, so there's that. I don't know how many books there are actually. There are 4. Book 2, The Queen of Atolia, 3, The King of Atolia, and 4, A Conspiracy of Kings. And my battery light just started flashing, so I am gonna go and I will see you later. It's Christmas Day! Hooray! I'm so excited. I have been up for a while because Lee got home from work early and we had our mini Christmas. He's now gone to bed to go to sleep, but I'm gonna open day 25, the final day of my calendar, and then I'm gonna have a little something to eat and head to my parents' house for the day. So, pretty sure I know what this one is. I'm pretty sure I can remember, but let's see. Indeed, Crown of Feathers by Nikki Powell-Preto, which is a young adult fantasy series about phoenix riders, and I don't know much more about it than that, but I find phoenixes really interesting as a magical beast, so very much looking forward to reading this. It's been on my TBR since it came out. When did it come out? It doesn't say specifically when, just this year, so yeah, really looking forward to reading this one. Now I'm going to finish up getting ready and head over to my parents' house for Christmas. I hope that you had a lovely, lovely day if you celebrate. If you don't, hopefully you got the day off from work and that was nice. And I'll see you later, I suppose. Hi, so it's now the 27th of December, the evening of. I actually haven't checked in on this vlog for a couple of days, but I'm sure you can appreciate why. I am actually just about to sit down and film a couple of videos because I received my Fairy Loot box for December, so I'm going to film an unboxing of that for you. That will already be up on my channel by the time you see this video, so I will link it up above. And I'm also going to film a Christmas book haul to show you all the books that I got for Christmas in case you are interested. So that should be up by the time you see this video as well. And reading progress wise, I'm actually not sure where I left off with you. I've read Fantastic Beasts and I really enjoyed that. I really liked the illustrations. I think I've spoken about that. And then I haven't really done any physical reading the last couple of days, but I have finished 2 very short audiobooks, which were Every Heart a Doorway and Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shonen Maguire, which are books 1 and 2 in the Wayward Children series. They are short stories about children who come back to the world that we live in from portal worlds being places like Narnia and Wonderland and Neverland and that kind of thing, and they go to this school called the School for Wayward Children. And I don't want to say any more than that because they're very short stories. You've probably heard of them already anyway, and I've enjoyed the 2 that I've read so far. I've just started Beneath the Sugar Sky, but really I've only read a chapter of that, so I don't have any opinions on that one yet. I think the general consensus though is that Beneath the Sugar Sky, book 3, isn't as good as books 1 and 2 are, but we'll see. I'll keep you posted on that. In terms of a main read, I had picked up Obsidio by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman as my next physical read because I thought that it would be a nice easy one to read while I was busy over Christmas Day and Boxing Day, but actually I think because it's the last book in the series I need to focus on it a little bit more, and I'm feeling very, very tired at the moment because it's been a lot of late nights, a lot of not sleeping very well, and a lot of driving the past week. So I'm going to put that down for now and pick it up when I'm feeling a little bit more energetic and able to concentrate, and I'm going to pick up The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern instead, partly because I want to read it, partly because I want to read it with the assistance of an audiobook because it's meant to be a very atmospheric story and I like to fully immerse myself in atmospheric stories by reading and listening at the same time, and also it will satisfy my chapter 4 prompt of the magical readathon that Book Roast is running. I don't know if I told you what my prompt was for that. It's to read a book whose author's surname ends in the letters T, M or R, as in Tom Marvolo Riddle, and Erin Morgenstern's name does indeed start with an M, Morgenstern. So that will satisfy that prompt, and like I said, because I'm listening and reading, I should be able to get through it reasonably quickly. But for now, I am going to film my unboxing, and I am going to film my Christmas book haul, and I will check in again on this vlog later, or probably tomorrow. Hi, I'm once again finishing out this vlog on a Sunday afternoon. Yesterday, Saturday, was a pretty busy day. I had lots of tidying and cleaning to do in the morning, and then for the majority of the afternoon and evening I was with my mum and my grandma. I bought them tickets to see the Nutcracker ballet in London yesterday for Christmas, and so I went into town with them and had lunch with them before they went off to the theatre, and then they came back here afterwards. So I really just didn't have the time to update this vlog or finish this vlog yesterday, so I'm finishing it now instead. Reading wise, I have started The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I'm on page 100 of this, and this book is supposed to be very atmospheric, and so far it is. I am actually really enjoying it, although it is messing with my mind a little bit. The first 4 chapters of the book really screw with you, I think. So chapter 1, this isn't spoilers because it's literally the first 20 pages of the book, I think, if that. So the first chapter is about a pirate in prison who falls in love with a girl, and the girl asks him to tell her a story. So he tells her a story, and the story he tells her is about an acolyte becoming an acolyte, and part of that process is the acolyte seeing a vision, and the vision, so the acolyte was chapter 2, and then the vision is chapter 3, and the vision is of a boy finding a painted door, and then chapter 4 is a man finding a book that tells the story of the pirate, the acolyte and the boy, and it turns out that the boy is the man who's reading the book about the pirate, the acolyte and the boy. So it really is very bizarre and weird, and I haven't yet got anywhere near to finding out what the relevance of those things are and what's happening, and whether or not we're going to see the pirate or the acolyte again. It's a very strange book, and I have heard that it's not a book that has a whole lot of purpose, which isn't necessarily a problem for me, depending on how good the character development is, because I'm a character-driven reader. So if there's minimal plot but great characters, then I can deal with that and it won't bother me too much. But I'm only 100 pages in, so it's not far enough in for me to be able to tell whether or not the character development is going to be enough for me to enjoy the book. But so far, I am enjoying it. I am enjoying the mystery of not really having any idea what is going on, and I'm hoping to read the vast majority of this today. If not the whole thing today would be ideal, but that's my current physical read. As for audiobooks, I have about 20-ish minutes left of Beneath the Sugar Sky by Shannon Maguire. I can see why this is a lot of people's least favourite, and it will probably be my least favourite as well, although I haven't finished it yet, and endings are really important, especially in a short story. So I could be wrong about that, but I think the problem with this one is that the author's trying to do too much in a short story. The plot is a little bit too complex for a short story, in my opinion. The other two, they were simple enough that the short story format worked, but this book has a lot of travel from different portal worlds in it, and so it just feels like it's maybe a little bit too much to squeeze into this short story format that we have. But like I said, the endings of books, especially a short story, are really important because 20 minutes is actually quite a big portion of this book, even though it's only 20 minutes of the audiobook, which is actually 40 minutes of the audiobook because I'm listening at 2 times speed. But that's where I am reading wise. I also wanted to just show you, I got a ton of supplies for a new reading journal for the year. So this is my reading journal / bullet journal for next year. I've just stuck this Fable and Black Howl Ate My Heart sticker on here, and I thought I would just show you what I've set up so far. So I'm going to use this for both reading and booktube. So on the front I have my books page, and then let me see if I can show you like this, and then I have 2020 reads, so I will write each of the books that I read in 2020 as I finish them, and then I have my physical TBR here, so I will carry on with books as I finish them. These are my physical TBR, books as I finish them, physical TBR, etc. So that's just that side. And then if we flip over, I will have my booktube stuff on this side. I haven't set any of that up yet because I do kind of need to wait for the new year to start doing those, because I still have my videos for the rest of this month, this year, planned in my current bullet journal. So this one I will pick up once it's 2020 on Wednesday, yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to start another vlog or not. I haven't decided yet. I don't know whether that's something you're interested in. It was fun while I was doing my book vent calendar, but I don't know if it's potentially boring once that's over, and especially once I go back to work, I won't really be updating the vlog very often. It would just literally be a couple of times a week saying what I'm reading and what I've finished and wrapping it up, which I do in my monthly wrap-ups anyway, so it's potentially a little bit repetitive and boring. So you'll have to let me know in the comments of this vlog whether you want me to continue vlogging into the new year or not. I'm tempted to say not, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. And that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more like this from me, then do think about hitting that subscribe button, and I hope to see you here again soon. Thanks. Bye.